Do you remember those nights when you felt truly alone, only for a sudden wave of warmth to embrace your heart? In the heart of old London, where fog blankets the cobblestone streets, lived a young girl named Sarah. She sat alone in a dark, freezing attic, but tonight was unlike any other. The rain outside brought more than just the cold. It carried a miracle that would change everything. Close your eyes now, and let us travel to that attic, to hear the rhythm of the rain and feel a warmth you never thought possible. It was past midnight, and London was submerged in a majestic silence. In that tiny, cramped room at the very top of Miss Minchin's school, Sarah sat on her humble wooden bed. The room was nearly empty, save for an old table and a worn-out chair. The air was so cold that her breath appeared as faint mist before her. Wrapped in her thin dress, she held herself tight, gazing out of the small window at the neighboring rooftops. Sarah wasn't sad. She was lost in her imagination, pretending this attic was a fortress protecting her from the world. The symphony of rain. The first drops of rain began to tap gently against the glass. Tick, tick, tick. Gradually, the rain intensified, becoming a continuous symphony that enveloped the attic. Droplets slid down the antique glass, reflecting the distant, dim glow of London's street lamps. The scent of rain, mingled with the aroma of old wood and earth, began to seep inside. Sarah closed her eyes and listened to the rain drumming against the roof tiles directly above her head. The sound was deeply comforting, as if the sky itself were rocking her to sleep. Suddenly, in the stillness of the night, Sarah felt something different. The room was no longer cold. A delicious aroma began to fill the air. The scent of fresh bread, jasmine tea, and hot soup. She slowly opened her eyes to find the room completely transformed. The hearth, once cold and dead, was suddenly roaring with a warm, rhythmic crackle of firewood. Her frozen bed was now draped in thick, soft wool blankets of a deep, warm red. On the wooden table sat a golden tray laden with delicacies. Sarah looked around in awe. Ram Dass had slipped through the neighboring window to turn her suffering into a living dream. Sarah approached the fireplace, feeling the heat of the flames touch her face, melting the chill from her limbs. She sat on the plush rug that had appeared out of nowhere and held a warm cup of tea. Steam rose from the cup, brushing against her cheeks. Outside, the storm and rain grew wilder, but here, inside this attic, the world stopped at the edge of this warmth. Sarah stretched out on her new bed. The wool blanket felt like silk against her skin. She surrendered to sleep, listening to the crackle of the wood, harmonizing with the rhythm of the rain on the window, knowing that the world, despite its harshness, still hides magic for those who dare to dream.